What's going on, guys? My name is Chaos Pro for those that are new, and today we're going to be giving you the absolute full breakdown review of Marvel Rivals. This past week and a half, I've gotten to have exclusive access to this brand new unreleased game to their closed alpha. I am currently one of their official content creators, and I'm going to be giving you an absolute review of my take on this game. Now, I did manage to get in around over 100 plus hours into this game, with things like, the training modes and other things. And in general, I managed to get in around 53 point plus hours into the overall in-game play. That's right. I actually played that many hours in-game throughout the 10 days that I had been on. I currently have the highest ranking career ranking in the entire alpha. I had played the game more than anyone else, and could basically find anyone else that basically had a higher rank than me. But with that being said, I managed to also play the competitive mode and get a ton of video content footage on this game. I managed to reach all the way up to around Plat 2 to Plat 3 area, which basically is, I would say, the equivalent of Diamond, in most games that you would play. And I would say the Diamond in the current rankings right now in this game is pretty much the highest level that you pretty much can be obtained, aside from the 5 people that have been grinding this game and that were professional Overwatch players. With that being said, though, I did get to play this game at a very high level for competitive, and I got to experience all of 19 characters. Some of the things about this game that I want to talk about before we talk about the characters is basically how actually polished this game actually was. I couldn't believe that, for an alpha, this game was mind-blowing. I'm going to go over basically some of the things in the UI and why basically I think it's not only great, but they are so ahead of other developers. So let's go ahead and break this down. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and talk about this. So basically, this is my overall account. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just kind of start off with basically the main home screen. This home screen is a pretty amazing functional UI, and I have to say they've done just about almost everything you can really think about for a game that's not even out yet. This game is already released in a better state than 99% of most concurrent AAA games have released in their full state. This is an alpha, keep in mind. An alpha, basically not even a finished product, or even close to. And yet they have more features than any game that I have seen on the market in a very long time. We're going to start it off with basically just this home screen. Right off the bat, you have your events, basically everything you could possibly think about having in general. Like, you have your overture. This is basically just the, kind of events that are going to be happening. They have a creator clash where basically you can play against the devs during this alpha, and if you manage to fight them, you get this nice little spray. You also can get an invite code that if you aren't even a creator, you get one code to give to your friends. This is really awesome. The fact that they even have this for people that aren't creators is phenomenal. Now, you also have the Dawn of Legends. Now, here is the cool thing. They actually have a tournament-based system in an alpha. Not only is it great, but you can make a team, you can have a clan tag, and you can have people on your roster. Keep in mind that when you have people on your team, you can actually basically start, it's essentially a clan. Like, you can have your own, factions or clans, things like that. This is phenomenal. So many games nowadays struggle to put this out 4, 5, 6 seasons into their game. This is doing it, and it's not even released yet. We don't even have a release date for this game. Keep in mind, and I'm not upselling this game because, Marvel, this is not a sponsored video by no means. So I just want to let you know, this is purely my actual opinion about this actual game. We're going to go to the store. Now, they have a bunch of these skins that you can get in the game. Now, this is going to get pretty intricate because it's pretty cool. It seems like the blue skins are basically I would say rare skins. They're usually around 12. It looks like 1,200 currency, which I'm assuming is probably going to be maybe $10, for whatever the game is. But you can earn all that currency in game from the alpha. keep in mind, I don't know how intricate that's going to be for the real game, but they have these purple skins. So some of these skins, this is the normal color that you get for a car, a character. And some of them are just color skinned over, just different. This is the 97 from the X-Men 97, Storm, where basically it's just a color scheme. That's all it is. And that's totally okay. You have Hela. It's the same character granted she has red eyes, but for the most part, it's just a red skin. For the blue, rarity of these characters, you have, Black Panther, you have a blue, Groot, you have Magic. Let me put my sound on here. Sorry. Basically, and we're going to get into the settings in just a bit. You have, your green Luna, you have Magneto, different colored. You have Penny, which is green. You have Namor, which is just purple, right? But then you have these purple skins, which are fantastic because this actually changes somewhat of the cosmetic of him entirely. I mean, if you look, he doesn't even have war paint on this one, and he has basically this. The cooler part about this is that these skins are inspired by comic books, and they actually say it right here on the right-hand side of the screen. This is actually so awesome because they're going and grabbing specific issues of comics. So this is the Thunderbolts from Volume 2, Issue 1 from December 2012. This is awesome. I think this is great. You can actually find the lore behind it. You can get President Loki, right? Which basically it changes his entire actual cosmetic from President Loki inspired by Vote Loki, Volume 1, Issue 1 of June 2016. They have all these really awesome skins in general. You have, God of Sorcerer, you have Master of the Sun, Star-Lord, and they have these really cool exclusive skins. Now, when you go to your heroes, it's really cool because you're actually able to move these in-game characters as well. I mean, this is such a cool little detail that you have at your, disposal. And it's really cool. I mean, you also, now we're going to go into the heroes about this part. This is the really cool part. You have all of your heroes. It gives you a small background of things. You have different versions of the characters. You have your tanks, you have your heroes like DPSs, and you have your support classes. Now, you also have your MVP slots. So whenever you get MVP, you basically get to see, this screen. And it seems like there's emotes as well. Worldbreaker Hulk, which is really cool. I think that's fantastic. And then you have sprays as well for unlocking certain things. You have your abilities, which basically shows you what your abilities do. I think this is really awesome because, I mean, you have basically, just in general, you can see just about everything in this game of what these characters do. It gives you small, descriptions about what they do. Not to mention, they give you suggestive combos. The cool aspect about this game is, yes, it is a little like Overwatch, and that is okay. If anything, it's more fun because, well, there's more to this game. Every character has combos. It's almost kind of like, to some degree, it has a little bit of a fighting game aspect built into a third-person shooter. I think this game is great. I've put in so many hours into it, and I've had so much fun. You also have your lore. There's these little lores about Hulk and other characters in general that you can get and use. For the most part, some of these you have to unlock, which coming soon. And then you have achievements, which is really cool. You can unlock special little things about these characters. Then you have your boot camps, which I've done pretty much a good amount of things, where you're basically, unlocking everything in general, giving you some, in-game currency to spend. And the cool thing is that a lot of these characters, they have such great lore and cosmetics. You have your abilities. I have to say, now, the hero aspects, super great. There's other characters to show. Now, the other really cool thing about this game is that you have team-ups. This game in general, I thought this part of the game was actually really interesting because it makes you think about a secondary layer of the team compositions that you have on your team. So for instance, if you have Hela and Loki, it kind of gives, some extra aspects to these characters, which basically when Hela lands a final hit in defeating an enemy, she instantly resurrects Loki in the respawn phase. If Loki is alive, basically a crow will fly out to him, grant him blue armor. So this is kind of cool. It's not like a super substantial one. Some of the team abilities are kind of a miss. Okay, and then Loki basically kind of gets somewhat of the similar aspect. Now, this one I found to be really cool because basically this unlocks an entirely brand new ability for Magneto. When you have Scarlet Witch on your team, things like Magneto in general would be, he gets his access to metal swords, which is so cool because they're so strong, giving you this additional layer to a tank that allows you to just get this extra set of damage. Keep in mind, there has been some other really cool abilities, like Groot has an ability with Rocket, and Rocket has an ability with not only Groot, but he has an ability with Punisher. This actually, riding on Rocket gives you like additional damage reduction, as well as it gives kind of Groot just an extraordinary, secondary fire and heals. Keep in mind also that he can also team up with the Punisher. And what happens is you can unlock these really cool, fixes where you can put these items down, and it makes Punisher basically have infinite ammo and shoots even 2 times faster. So for instance, when you do things like this, it unlocks this character that you don't even have to reload if you look at it here. And it makes the shotgun faster. It makes the shotgun, not have to reload. It's insane. The fact that you have these, compositions with extra characters is mind-blowing. Then there's some other ones that aren't as good. For instance, sorry, I'm yawning because I just got back from the gym. But for the most part, you have other things too where, you have Luna and, Namor, where she basically gets a little bit additional healing to your allies and things like that. And so, yeah. So the other cool things about this game is that when you actually go into actual, your settings and stuff here, one thing you can invite your friends from the right side screen. You can also invite them from Discord, which is absolutely mind-blowing because so many games don't implement this enough. This is really awesome because I'm able to go into Discord and send people that I'm in a Discord call with, an invite from their messages. I can ask to join, or I can even invite them to my game. So this is a really cool concept. I really like this. It's really easy to find people. Also, you have the ability to disable voice chat by right-clicking your name in game. I can't tell you how many people or how many developers haven't done this yet. It should be the easiest and most fundamental thing in all video games. They made this so easy and so incredibly accessible. Thank you. Okay, so with that being said, if I need to mute myself or people in game, that's that. So now I'm going to go into the settings, and this is another mind-blowing thing. Actually, before we do the settings, I'm going to show you one more thing about tournaments, which I find to be absolutely mind-blowing. So another thing about this game is you have statistics. You can see everything that you've done on characters. You can see all of your history. You can even go into games where basically, and this is accessible. This has a spectator mode. You can go to any player at any time and check their games out and see what they're doing. And you don't even have to upload it. You can just do it freely. Keep in mind, this is an in-game thing, right? Where I'm just kind of, watching one of my gameplays. I can basically click right here. I can go right to my name, and I can basically skip forward, and you can see how easy it is to do. They have a bar in here basically showing you, the second round. I can click anywhere on the screen and just do what I want to do. I can basically press the N here, and I can pretty much watch my entire game. This is insane. The fact that I have all of this. Now, keep in mind, I can also basically, free cam this as well. And I can basically toggle my POV. So, for instance, if I don't know how to control it entirely, but I'm sure if you learn it, you pretty much can. But for the most part, oh, here we go. So basically, I can do this, and I can basically kind of, go where I want to go, and I can kind of see things really accessible. Nothing's breaking. I mean, the fact that we have all this, and this is a diamond and platinum match in ranked, keep in mind. So, you know, the fact that we have all of this at our disposal and in alpha, chef's kiss, man. Mwah, chef's kiss. You can go to your highlights. You can save your whole gameplay. These are the highlights I had from just one game. So if I wanted to go and click this, boom, here's my highlight. So here we are, basically showcasing some of my gameplay, and I'm just kind of doing my thing. And I fancy myself to be a pretty decent Groot. I smacked that one out of the way. Boom, shakalaka, done. Okay, so basically you can back out of that. And that was my highlight, right? Keep in mind, this game in general, and I'm going to save that right here. We're going to just go ahead and save it. Simple as that. Okay. So basically, you can also go to your leaderboards. You can pretty much check all the rankings and whatnot. Pretty much, you can go all the way to the bottom, and it's not laggy. It doesn't lag, and that's incredible. The fact that there's no lag on any of this, I can skip over. I can do whatever I want. I can find people's ranks. I can go to their view career. I can see what he's playing. This guy's a Diamond 5. I can go to pretty much his statistics. I can look at his history. I can even watch his gameplay. The fact that all of this is in the game is incredible. Now, I'm going to show you the last part of this, and this is the settings aspects. This is also something that I think that they've done phenomenally. Rather you're a controller player or a mouse and keyboard player, there is so much. So you have all of your normal settings as you would, right? Then you have a master volume, you have your sound in-game, yada, yada, yada. Now we're going to go to keyboard. I can switch it to any hero I want and change specifically those characters. Also, certain characters have specific settings specifically to them. So we're going to take Spider-Man, for instance. Spider-Man has hold to swing, automatic swing, hold to wall crawl. He has these specific things, and these settings actually change everything you do and how you play him. Now, people didn't even know this, but when you do hold to swing or automatic swing, when you keep that on, he just swings wherever wherever he's closest to. He just pops up into the air. You have no control of it. People found out if you take it away, you can actually aim where you want to swing, and you can have more control of it. The fact that there's all of these, types of things in the game is insane. For instance, you have Hulk Banner. One of the things that I did with him, right? You can change the crosshairs of him. You have different crosshairs. You can change just about everything you want. You can even change the way he mechanically is used. Hold to activate Incredible Leap. I took this off because normally you have to hold your jump button while it charges. In this, all you do is you tap it, and then it basically allows him to leap like he would in like, say, for instance, a Winston from Overwatch. Ultimate Hero Selection Sensitivity. There's all of these special little details that they've added to the game, and I think this is just so phenomenal. You can change your crosshairs for specific characters if you want to, like I changed mine for Punisher. But if you want to change them all for specific people, you can change it to something like this. And then basically, yeah. And then you can go into basically your spectating settings. Keep in mind, controller players have so much too. You have all of these things like dead zones. You have your aim sensitivity curve type. There's different styles of curves, right? This is awesome. I mean, they have everything you can think of. Joystick swap. You can do horizontal swaps, max dead zones, sensitivity boosts. You can change your crosshairs. Your aim assist window size, you can really ramp this up if you really want to. You can, put your aim assist ease in, your strength of your aim assist, disable, the dead zones. There's so much. I mean, the fact that they have all of this, on it's not even day one yet. This is just really impressive, and I have to say, NetEase has done a fantastic job. I can't wait for the finished product of this game. I think that they are doing fantastic. In general, I think I'm willing to play ball with these guys. Bravo to them. If this game releases in the state that it's in, it's already blowing out third-party games or third-party, developers as it is. So kudos to them. Great job. And yeah, So that is the end of my review, guys. Again, if you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as I'm going to be posting more guides about how to play certain characters. I'm also going to be posting high-level gameplay videos of me playing specific characters and whatnot. If there's something that you want to see in my channel, please leave a comment below. Tell me about it. And yeah. Until then, guys, I will catch you guys later, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you guys can, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.